Nice to meet you. Thanks for
Second
having
time
me.
around, I remember the first time you were here after, that was after the 2008.
2008 Olympics.
Yeah, when you all won silver. Yeah. Since then, a lot has happened. But what we want to really focus on today is your career as an athlete.
Yeah.
And why I really choose to go that way is because so many times you hear so many criticisms of athletes.
Yeah.
When they do good, it's all well and good.
Yeah.
But when you don't do good, the whole of the country come down on you.
Yeah.
But no one knows the sacrifices that you make.
Yeah.
Now let's start with you entering into the track and field arena.
Yeah.
When did it start for you, and who were some of the people who were instrumental in getting you through?
Well, I'm a late starter in track and field. I really lose interest when I was going through junior sec, but I started off with two friends actually. It was a kind of gamble on the street. You know, when guys normally playing cards and stuff like that. And another friend named Sean Stewart came down on the street, and he wanted to challenge me because he was from higher up the road and I was the fast guy from lower down the road. So guys was like, hey, Larry bet, and it was a gamble, and Sean beat me that day on the street. But I didn't know the whole technical aspect about track and field because he was in a 3-point stance while I was down like them little primary school children with my two hands. And he beat me that day, and I know he couldn't beat me, so I was like asking him back over for a race, and he was like, no. And then he said he would give me a run over the following week, which was the Saturday. So the whole community, well, most of the guys in the community came out and say, we go bet on that one. So we get down to Squadron grounds in Aruka, and we went from goalpost to goalpost. But this is 100 meters. And I beat him once. I said, but I tell you, he's your father, boy. And we went back again. And he said, all right, let me go again. He stand up now, and I beat him. He was like, he just gave up. I said, he's the boss. He said, you can't beat me, boy, you can't beat me. And after that, he started calling me out and telling me, hey, there's a club he runs for, named Genesis. You know, come out and take part. And then Mark used to come out and advise me as well, my friend here. Always encouraging me, but come out and run in track and field. And I wasn't really too interested in it. I was on my own thing. I was more behind the dancing and singing and just hanging out. And that's how I got into it. But I'm really a late starter.
Okay. So, you joined the club.
Yeah.
What went on after that? Who was your first coach?
Well, a guy named Sheon Sutton was my first coach. Then I was supposed to go into the Coast Guard in 2007, I believe. 2008, yes, 2007. And I had a choice between the Coast Guard or going to Jamaica and train. There was an opportunity presented towards me in going to Jamaica, training under Usain's Bolt coach, which is Glenn Mills. And I had to go in Coast Guard the next week. So I was asking around, you know, what you guys think I should do? I should go in the Coast Guard or I should go and run in Jamaica? But I started to have this passion for track and field because the following year I ran against, I think, Darryl Brown and his guys and them, and Mark Burns. And I wasn't really training to say putting in a lot of work. I just had natural talent, raw talent.
Yeah.
And I used to tell myself, I could beat them fellas and them, man. Them fellas is nothing. And Marky said, like, come out and train now, boy. Come out and train. You know, come out and run. I was like, why don't you train to beat them fellas and them, boy? And one quarter, so I come to the championships and they put on me. And after that, I couldn't take it. I started jogging in the morning. I started to do push-up. I started to go on YouTube, look up all kind of So I'm doing the full 9 yards. And I think that's how I really started getting serious in the track and field. I went, back to the Coast Guard. So when I was going to the Coast Guard, my mom told me, you know what, pray and talk to God about it. And you'll come up with a decision, because one side telling me, you know, Coast Guard is a steady job, have an income coming in every month. All these benefits with it, the pension plan and whatever the case is. And I prayed and talked to God, and in the morning I woke up, my mind was clear. I go in and take a chance in going to Jamaica and train.
What are some of the sacrifices that you, Emmanuel Callender, had to make in life in order to keep on in your career as a track and field sprinter? That people sit down and they see you running and they criticize you when you don't make or they cheer you on when you come up with a medal, but they don't know that sacrifice that you have to put out in order to be on top of the game?
Family, friends, finances. That's the major party in Lyman. You know, while everybody else is going to have fun, I'm just home, just resting, just reading, trying to learn more on myself and the sport in order to get where I really know I could reach. So family and friends, mainly.
If you had to do this all over again, will you do the same? What changes you'll make?
I'll do it the same, you know. I'll do it the same. Because God is the man who really have the plan. You know, and He's the author of all things. He's the beginning, He's the first and the last. So, in saying that, I understand He directed this path for me to follow. Regardless if I fall short some places, there was a lesson to be learned through all the trials and tribulations that I went through. So I don't think I would do it over again. I would do it the same way.
The same ones that support you all in your career, do you think that we really appreciate our athletes? Because when we look at, even from the primary school level, track and field in Jamaica, it is well attended, right? Secondary schools, sometimes they have to close the gate, you know. When we have our championships here, one section of the stands might barely be filled, but yet still we want to criticize you all when you all don't go out there and perform. Do you think that we really appreciate what you all go out there and do, or we just want to know Emmanuel Callender come back with a medal and we could get a holiday, or we have something to fret about?
No, I don't think we appreciate it. I think the support from the fans of Trinidad and Tobago, it's genuine, but I think at the administrative level, I think they talk sport, not all, a huge majority of them, they talk sport, but they're not really for sport. From where I came from and the struggles that I faced in life, I always thought at the high level there was some sort of change compared to what you see in the ghetto and where you see all these ghetto youths that them fighting for. And when you get up there, you see like it's the same behavioral pattern that they practice, just they have paperwork to show behind it. I have my master's degree, I have this degree and that degree, but you're doing the same stupidness that they ghetto youth who you chastising for doing what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I don't think that they're passionate about sport. I really don't think so.
If Emmanuel Callender gets up in the morning and you found out that you are the president of the entries, what is one thing you will change as the president that will benefit the athletes?
I would try to change the minds of the individuals on my team and understand that we need to be more athlete-centered. We need to be more passionate because if I do good for myself. If you do bad for yourself. So if it is you really want to bring about some sort of change, first your mind have to change. I'm talking about the people who is on board my team. Because in order to start something, a generational blessing, right? It starts here. If you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't keep doing the same thing over and over. We end up with the same results. Basically, that's straight up. So I would start honoring those before me. The Alvin Daniel, the Ian Morris, and all these other guys. Find a way to get these fellas more known in schools so that the youths can appreciate them. And the line that comes that before their time and leading up to my time. So they'll know that, hey, this was the contribution that they made towards Trinidad and Tobago. And once we have youth start respecting that, then you will see something good start coming. People start emulating to want to be like Emmanuel Callender. They don't want to be like Alvin Daniel. They wouldn't want to be like them for a short period of time. You understand what I'm saying? Now we know about Keyshawn Walcott. We know about Richard Thompson. But then as time goes by, people tend to forget about them. You know, most of the youths in Trinidad and Tobago, some of them don't even know who's Hazley Crawford.
True.
They don't even know who's Hazley. They don't even know who's me. Some of them, not all. They don't even know who's Richard Thompson. That's only for a period of time. So the change must first begin within here on how we go about doing things. We need to take bureaucracy and jealousy out of sport. It has no place. It will always be there, but there's too much. And I think once we have that paradigm shift, change will come about.
When your career comes to an end, what would you like people to remember best about Emmanuel Callender?
You know, you know what I really want myself to be known as, what I'm really striving for, to be that soldier for Christ. So that when you come to Emmanuel Callender, I could give you some advice, some positive advice, in some way or some way. Mightn't be money, but it could be some word that I could give to you that could help you and make you be prosperous in life, or lead you down the right path, or stand up for others. I like to stand up for others. I don't know why. I don't like bullying at all. I just don't like it. I never like it since I was small. So if I see you taking advantage of somebody, I will tell you straight about it. I don't like it. And if you don't like it, that's your business. I'll just tell you straight as it.
The young athletes who are coming up now,
Yeah.
what advice, based on your experience that you have gone through your career thus far, what advice would you give to a young upcoming athlete in the sport of track and field?
Don't give up. Regardless of whatever they try, hold on to God. Trust God. Have patience. As I said earlier on, all things are possible through Christ. I know there will be struggles in life. I know there will be hardships, but you gotta believe in God. That's the only thing that brought me to where I am today. I have a lot of accomplishments from Pan Am, CSC, and the whole list goes on. I might not have been a medalist as yet in an individual major championship, which is at Olympics and World Championships. But I've been there. I've done that. I've gotten to finals, and it wasn't an easy task. But the thing that kept me going was God, and that's the honest truth. You gotta study the Word of God. Because there's where my strength comes from. So I want to encourage others. There's where your strength will come from. But the road won't be easy. Don't think you just read the Bible and you say, I serve in Christ, and you think, God. No, it's not like that. You gotta really want God.
I know you're leaving shortly for Jamaica.
Yeah.
I know off camera you said one day at a time, so you don't know about the next Olympics. But what plans do you have ahead for the next couple of months?
Well, my coach wanted me this week in Jamaica to start back my off season, my preparation, because I started late, actually this year. My preparations towards Olympics because of lack of funding. I didn't have no funding, no sponsorship and stuff like that. So
you are not one of the elite athletes?
Yes, I am. Okay. But for some strange reason, I've been sending paperwork back and forth, and I only got help just 2 days ago. So that whole Olympics, it was just
most likely
myself.
Most likely you have a back pay to collect.
Well, if you want to call it back pay. If you want to call it back pay. If you want to call it that.
So, one day at a time, based on how your body feels, you might decide when that time comes around to...
Something you asked me earlier on about, the legacy that I want to leave behind. I want to inspire others. I want to show others that you don't have to go down that route in order to be successful in life. You don't have to choose the wrong way all the time. Because through my whole career, I've been faced with negative advice. You know what I mean? To go down this path, and I chose to go this path. And when the blessing came, I was really grateful. I was really, really happy for the blessing.
I know I'm not sure, it will correct me if I'm wrong, but somewhere in your career you had a major injury. Okay, all right. Okay. I
Oh, I think before leading up to the Olympic trials.
yes, I remember when we
Leading up to
spoke.
the Olympic
Yes, yeah,
trials.
yeah. Tell me about that and tell me how you came out of that. Because you went and you got a medal,
Yeah.
right?
Well, before Olympic trials, we had a few competitions we went to within the US. And my training partner, which was Sorrel at the point of time, ran into my side, you know, doing a 3-point start. And that I think ended up putting me in with a slip disc and a pinched nerve. And I tried to get it sorted by all kind of medical doctors, even in the US and in Jamaica, and nothing was fixing. And I came to Trinidad trials, really hurt, but I so wanted to be in the Olympics because it was my first opportunity to actually be in the Olympics. And my dad and my coach and my mom and them keep on praying for me, and they keep on encouraging me, and my friends keep on encouraging me. I was up all 1 o'clock in the night, you know, soaking in Epsom salt, apple cider vinegar, trying to ease the pain, take out the inflammation and all of that, rubbing all kind of medical rubs. And when I made it through and made the team, that was just unbelievable. I just keep on trusting God, but you know, it's a kind of craziness. And when I made it, it was just phenomenal.
You must have had a lot of assistance and help, you know, during your career.
Yeah.
Who are the persons that you would like to take this opportunity now to really, you know, pay tribute to or say a heartfelt thank you to?
My mom, my dad, my friends, Mark, Sean, Angel, you know, Kester, my girlfriend, and a few others who might want their name to be published, but they know themselves very well. They have always supported me in many ways. They believe in me. Trust me, I mean they believe in me. And they have a kind of mentality like the Jamaicans. They put it like that. They're just patriotic. And they see what I'm capable of doing, and regardless of however the performance look, they always think positive, and that's what keeps me going. So I don't really have time to study what the people have to say and what this one have to say. That doesn't affect me. I do it for them, and I also do it for the ones of them who wish to see me fail.
Yeah.
But I will show them how great God is.
Okay.
Well, me and Emmanuel Callender was friends from a very young age because I know him since I know myself. Emmanuel had lots of talent. He could have sing, he could have dance. And anything he did, he had extreme talent in him. But one thing he was talented extremely in was track and field. Because we always run races, and Emmanuel was the fastest in our neighborhood. So I used to do track and field also. I started late. People pushed me into track and field, so I tried. While I was trying track and field, I said, one person needs to be in track and field is Emmanuel Callender. So while I was joining this new club for the first time, I tried to get Emmanuel into track and field. But Emmanuel was more like a guy who will be on the streets. He'll be playing cards, he'll be dancing, he'll be singing, he'll be anywhere, all over the place. But I know if I could let him challenge all his talent into track and field, he'll do well, because he was that fast. So I know to get Emmanuel into something, you have to challenge him. So I challenged him for a race for, I think it was a case of smolder. It was around Christmas time. And I had on a short pants, bare feet. Emmanuel was in jeans and Timbs. Me and another friend ran the race. I was in front. To the end of the race, all I heard is knock, 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 knock. Emmanuel passed me. So from then I said, if Emmanuel could beat me, and I was fast, he can beat anyone out there. So I begged Emmanuel to come to training. I tried to bribe him with money, food, anything I could think of. I gave him one of my old spikes and said, I have everything for you, because I know he can do good. And Emmanuel went into the training, and he did it just for the competition. But only when Emmanuel got like threatened from another athlete, but someone tell him that he can't do it, that's push Emmanuel. The more you push Emmanuel, the more you push back. So Emmanuel, from there, all the fights he got through the Olympic career and track and field career, pushed Emmanuel to make him which part he is.
When you look at him now, and you see him accomplish all these different things, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel proud, but I find like anyone can do the same. Because I was just want to see talent and put it in the right position. That's all it is. I find it have a lot of talent in Trinidad and Tobago, and everyone just watching them like, that's just raw talent and just leave it there. I find if you see talent somewhere, you should just take it and put it in the right position, and they will like it and they will run off with it.
Before I let you go, tell me one thing about Emmanuel that the public doesn't know about.
Emmanuel likes to talk. Emmanuel, he could sing and he could dance. He has a lot of talent. So after track and field, you might see him in singing and dancing. And he could fight too. He's from the streets.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because my blessing came from God, it never came from man. And if God say you're blessed indeed. And nobody can take that away.
Your tagline, balance yourself. How you end up with that?
It's a thing I've been saying from I think a young age. And I just keep on start saying it out loud all around the world. Because in everything in life you gotta have balance. You can't be, we're not perfect. We came into this world in sin. Did your mother conceive you? But you gotta find that balance which is Christ. So that the things that you will go to do, you won't do. Because you're holding on to Christ, which is really the balance. You understand what I'm saying? You can't eat too much sugar, you end up with diabetes. You can't have too much of this because it's going to make you weak. You understand what I'm saying? So everything in life is balance.
As we come to the close, if not track and field, what other sports we have seen Emmanuel Callender taking part in?
All sports. I just competitive. I like competition. Whether it be football, basketball, cricket. I might be able to play all them to the best, but I just love to be competitive.
So after your track and field career, we might see you in the Masters. I'm
not sure about the Masters. You know. I want to inspire others. That's my main thing.
So we might see you in the role of a coach.
Yeah. One mentor, something, music.
Yeah, well, I know you.
Something along them lines.
Closing comments.
Just want to keep on encouraging the youths and them that you don't have to revert to a life of crime. And with God, all things are possible, believe it or not. I have been there, done that. You could ask me straight up. I'm not a saint. I've done many things that wasn't right in the sight of God. But through it all, I know God have brought me out of it. And by staying in His Word is what strengthens me. No matter no matter what flood or what the enemy comes up against me, I know God will deliver me out of it. And He has blessed me. I came from nowhere. You check the history. You never see me taking part in Carifta or anything like that.
I realize that because I say, well, where does this man come from? Because you're so accustomed with an athlete seeing them at Carifta, because Carifta is one of the stepping stones, where you get selected for the national team. And when I look back, 2007, there's nothing, on Emmanuel Callender. So, I mean, where were you before?
And that's what I'm saying. When I came into the sport, if I didn't listen to everybody else, I wouldn't be where I am today. A lot of people say that you have to be this particular age to come into the sport. You're too old. Even up till now, people still saying the same thing. So even back then, when I just came into the sport, I was too old, and you're saying that no. But I listen to you. You understand what I'm saying? If I didn't listen to them, I'd drop out, and then I might end up on the street. You understand what I'm saying? I might be doing something else which not pleasing in the sight of God. So sometimes I say, trust God. Don't really listen to people too much. Good people you can listen to, but not everybody can listen to. And have faith.
Emmanuel, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, man, thank you for having me.
And we said with God, all things are possible. So maybe we should see you alongside Usain Bolt in the next Olympics. But as Usain said, he ain't sure. When that time comes, we make a decision. I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for the time you have represented Trinidad and Tobago, for giving us the medals, for giving us that, that sense of purpose because in sports, you know, we tend to be so negative at times.
Yeah.
And you all go through so much,
Mm-hmm.
yet still you all stand strong. So
Yeah.
I want to, you know, wish you all the best in your career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever you decide to do,
Yeah.
you know, we have done a lot for your country.
Yeah.
And we want to wish you a great new season.
Yeah.
And we see how it goes from there.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you
All the
very
best.
much. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.